How are we getting on, folks? And welcome back to another day's punting. Today definitely did pay our way. Obviously, look at Emily Gray won very, very convincingly at 4-5. But the biggest, I suppose, not necessarily shock for me, but in terms of price perspective, it was definitely very well welcomed. Galty missed at 20-1, tipped up last night, backed into 11-1 before the off, and definitely ran an unbelievable race. I could have kissed Gary Carroll when he crossed the line in front, gave the horse an absolute peach of a ride there today. The rest of the races didn't necessarily disappoint either. The only two that probably didn't run their race out on Friday and Yard. But the fact that they couldn't get to the front from the off definitely, for me anyway, lost them the race anyway. But look, we got most of them fairly right. We got most of them finishing in the top three. I'm definitely very, very happy with that altogether. And realistically, I am really very, very happy. Much calmer waters now tomorrow going into the National Hunt card. But saying that, it is a wide open affair. When you look at the prices there tomorrow, it is incredibly wide open. I have horses picked out from 6-4 all the way out to 25-1. For me, it's definitely more of an each way play day. But look at saying that, we did have a 20-1 winner there today. So who's to say we can't rack up the winners now tomorrow? Galway Plate Day as well, going to be very, very exciting. I'm going to be there. If anyone listening in is going to be there tomorrow as well, make sure to try and find me and say hello. I will not bite your head off. That's one thing for sure. But definitely, hopefully, will set you on winning ways now for tomorrow. Now, first race off the 4:35, very, very open mares handicap hurdle here. Obviously, look at Call Me Dolly is going for a hat trick here, but for me, I'm going to be siding with a Henry de Bromhead horse, and a Henry de Bromhead horse that's owned by Pimlico Racing and has good ties with the boys in the Finishing Line podcast. That is Shanaushik. I've got her name right finally. I've butchered her name plenty of times in the past, but I'm certainly not doing it today. Currently priced at 11-1. How she is 11-1, I do not know. But when you look at the form that she has put up, is definitely coming in here with a live chance. Ridden by Hugh Morgan, claiming £5. Now she is on one of the top weights, so that would definitely be a slight concern. Not necessarily a worry, but there are probably better handicapped horses in here, but in terms of class, in terms of performance, Shanaushik is definitely one of the ones to be siding with here. When you look at the two wins, just going into her form here now, first win was in Limerick. That was on yielding ground, beating Ali Rose, Hanoi Jane, We're Not Allowed, Darcy's Hill, Fly Little Bird, etc., etc. Not going to go into too much form. And the time after that, then beaten Clonbury Bridge, Copy of Verborum, Imperial Satchins, Bronze Bull. They were the only ones running that particular race. But focus on the next race now. The I suppose the last time it ran. 2.25 lengths behind Ferdia. Now, Ferdia is a very, very talented mare. I really, really do like her for the next race. And obviously, look at Shanaushik, got no sort of run, was on completely different ground than what she's used to, or what she's best at, let's just say. But still, she only found one, two good, and Ferdia being that. Look at Ferdia, the worst Ferdia has ever placed in her life is second. That was behind St. Benedict, if I'm not mistaken, in Roscommon. No, sorry, it was Enniskerry in Roscommon, ahead of the Little Yang Tonkinese and Run Rise. But in my opinion, look at she is definitely a fairly strong standard bearer for this sort of a race in particular. And the fact that Shonaushik had absolutely no luck in running, she's 11-1 now. Obviously, look at, you'd love to see her. You'd love to see her with Rachel Blackmore on board, but look at Hugh Morgan is just as capable, and 11-1. Ignore her at your peril, lads. I definitely think she is going to be fighting out the finish here, and she's definitely well within her rights to go and win this race. And for those tuning in, especially the boys in the Finishing Line podcast, Andrew Halligan, Dave O'Keefe, and Tom Rain, I want to wish you all the very, very best of luck. I know you all are absolutely crazy about her, but main thing is, anyway, she comes home safe and sound. 5:10, next race off then, and look at, we're going to try and tie the form in together. We're taking a very, very long shot at this race here, but Ferdia for me is definitely one that's got capabilities to improve, and the fact that she is 20-1 in here is a bit of an insult. All Shonaushik has to do is win the next race, and Ferdia's price is going to drop like a hat. Brian Cooper on board for John Ryan. Obviously, look at, you'd prefer maybe the likes of Danny Mullins on board, but look at, we will take Brian Cooper as well. In terms of what she's done very little wrong. She's not necessarily been given a hard race. She has plenty of improvement to come. John Ryan is in absolutely outstanding form so far this year. In terms of what she can do, she can definitely be a 135 to 40 rated mare, and that would definitely bring her right into the swing of things in here. And 20-1 for me is going to be one of the big price each way plays of the day. I can honestly say she is going to run a very, very big race. Look at, providing she does handle the ground. The ground probably is a bit of a concern now at the moment, but I definitely really, really like her. I loved her run when she was second behind Enniskerry, the not the last day, but the time before that. So that would definitely bring her right into the swing of things here. 5:45 then, next race off of the day, and for me, going to hold a nap of the day. Willie Mullins won this race last year with Catskill Nap, and he has the favourite in here with Les Barras, currently priced at 6-4. Nap of the day for me. I cannot see any horse beating this one in here. And look at, we can talk about it all we want, but realistically, Les Barras is the one they all have to beat in terms of the form. It definitely has the best form on the book. Look at, coming from Willie Mullins, ridden by Paul Townend. Very, very, look at, there's an awful lot to like about this horse in here. And realistically, it is going to be the one they all have to beat for me. Going to be my most confident pick of the day. 6-4 Napa of the day for me. I am definitely going to take that. 6:15, the feature race of the day, the Galway Plate, and for me has to be one of the worst strike rates for me in the Galway Festival overall in terms of feature races. I don't think I have ever backed the winner of the Galway Plate, but we're going to take a bit of a stab in the dark here with this one. 25-1. We're going to go with a long shot here. Stunksborough Hall. Really, really do like the look of this one here. Just going back into the form aspect of things, winner around Killarney on good to yield and ground over hurdles, and third around Killarney on good ground on the flat. Now, for me anyway, soft ground is definitely where this horse shows its true colours. When you look at the win around Leopardstown on his chase, and not his chasing debut, but one of his chases, beaten Lean and Keen, the Brunabine and Granny Hill. Going back then further on, not really anything else on soft ground, but look at, in terms of what it has done, it is definitely one of the more consistent ground-wise and performance-wise of this particular race. It's coming in here on the back of a fairly decent flat run. It's going to be well primed. The cobwebs have been shaken off, and Liam Cusack and look at Ray Lucknan as well, who bred the horse and has some hand in the horse as well. They definitely love the Galway races. Obviously, look at the ties with Snugsborough Benny as well, the Blazers winner there of 2018 and the fifth in this race last year as well. I just think it's very, very interesting, and providing it does get a good round and get a good swing of things, it's definitely well primed for a big, big run. And look at, we're going to take a stab in the dark. We're going to say Snugsborough Hall is going to get me my first Galway plate winner of my life. Next race off then, 6:45, and for me, the next best of the whole day, Dalton Highway. Oh my God. I absolutely love this horse. Was a winner last time out around the Curragh. That was on good ground, but in terms of consistency, ground wise, it's ultra consistent. Won 2 years ago at the December meeting in Leopardstown at over hurdles, beating a field of 23 on soft ground. Previously to that was 4th of 16 on heavy ground. The time before that on the flat was 2nd of 18 on soft ground. So look, at realistically, I wouldn't be worried about the ground, considering Jack Kennedy is on board. Look, we haven't seen too much of Jack Kennedy recently, but he has definitely been among the winners as well. But I just think he is definitely very, very interesting here. Obviously, look, at coming from Dermot Wells Yard, Dermot is having a great season, or not even just season, but the festival itself. He's having a great festival. He's had winners all in the past couple of days, and obviously look at very, very unlucky with the likes of Baseman, Radiaka, and the one where we had the massive winner as well there in the third race, Edema or whatever it's called. But for me anyway, look at Dalton Highway definitely holds all the aces in here. 4-1 for me is definitely going to be the next best of the day. 7:15, wide open race. For me anyway, I am going to stick with an each way play. I'm going to go against Henry de Bramhead's horse, and I'm going to go with Abbey Magic, another Henry de Bramhead horse ridden by Sean Flanagan. Currently priced at 10-1, obviously course and distance winner. Look, I just think it's very, very interesting here. The fact that Sean Flanagan is on board instead of Ray Time, the favourite. Now, I know Daniel Holden does have massive ties with the Henry de Bramhead Yard as well, but look, at for me, I'm going to take my chance, and I'm going to say Abbey Magic is definitely one of the ones to watch. In terms of run tactics, I'd expect her to be one of the pacemakers. I'd expect her to be up near the front, if not making the pace, probably held off maybe a length or two in 5th or 6th. Probably produce a run to pounds late, but in terms of overall consistency and just general performance wise and everything else like that, I definitely do really, really like the look of her. She's a very, very talented mare over jumps. She should take an awful lot of beating, but for me anyway, 10-1, definitely a price I would be taking each way in this sort of a field. Next race off then is going to be my patron pick of the day, so I'm not going to be covering it. But the final race of the day, I am going to be siding with the Peter Fahey trained Esperti, ridden by Derek O'Connor. I think that definitely says it all. Obviously, look at second last time out to the Gossiper. In my opinion, that form is the one they all have to be looking at here. The Gossiper obviously was slightly frustrating, but generally fairly consistent. And Esperti at 11-2 for me anyway definitely holds an awful lot of aces in here. Ridden by Derek O'Connor, one of the better amateurs of the country, and definitely, in my opinion, is going to put in a very, very big run. But look, I'm going to leave it there. Please make sure to keep liking, sharing, and subscribing. Like I said, if you are going into Galway tomorrow, the very, very best of luck. And make sure if you do see this ugly mug, come along and say hello. If you want to sign up to Patreon, I would probably advise leaving it until say the 1st of January, or not the 1st of January, the 1st of July, to do so, simply because you won't be charged again come the start of next month. It's just the way Patreon works. It's out of our control, but just for your own sake, just to make sure that you're not caught between a rock and a hard place, we will try and give you as many winners as we possibly can on the YouTube before then. But look, if you want to help me out any single way you can, hit that big red button down below. 20-1 winner there today, 4-5 winner as well. Definitely made more money there today than we lost, and definitely we should be going in for a third day running in profit. Let's hope so anyway, and let's keep pushing forward. But look at very, very best of luck tomorrow, folks, and please make sure to keep liking, sharing and subscribing.